And then we were following this man, like straight up tailing this man. Like, I've never done anything like that in my life.
And I literally wake him up out of his sleep. I'm like, yo, get out of my house. It was crazy. I love your
She's like, I'm gonna do it backwards. And I was like, who are we talking about? Like, welcome back to Advice for All Girls. No discrimination. This is mostly advice for
non-murdered, I don't know.
no, you're gonna be like non-binary people. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
could be that too,
period.
yeah.
I feel like we're
As long as they don't,
underqualified.
yeah.
Or
Welcome
do.
back to Advice for Young
Wait, that's
Girls.
like a hack though, like if you're trying to kill someone, because that's so easy.
Don't put
That's
that in the video.
Okay, yeah. Pretty much
Let's
hack, right?
introduce ourselves. I'm Lara. I'm 22.
I'm Chelsea, I'm 21.
I wasn't even
Wait, I'm not
like
even.
that. I'm 22.
What's your qualifications for giving girl advice?
I have made many mistakes that nobody should repeat or even know about. And I will help you through these dark and troubled waters and times. So,
Ooh.
My name is Kyra. I am 22, and my qualifications are that I am an eldest daughter.
yeah, Kyra has a little sister. I am the little sister. Chelsea is the only sister.
I'm Chelsea, I'm 20 years old, and my qualifications are that I'm a baddie.
Your mom's a baddie, you know you can be a baddie.
Yeah. My mom's Instagram is crazy.
I love your mom's Instagram because I know about like your drama and your brother's drama, and then like your mom will be posting a picture of all of you at family dinner and she's like lots of little hearts. Well, I was thinking we start off with like the biggest
Don't say
advice
general
you
hacks.
could pop. I was already in the middle of saying something. Best advice you could have benefited from if somebody had told you that when you were like a girl. Maybe I'm thinking like 12 to like 16, 17.
Ooh.
I don't know, when I think about those times and like the headspace I was in, I'm like, damn. I feel like when we were younger, well, you're like 2 years younger than us, so
Yeah.
it might have been even worse for you.
Yeah.
When we were like 13, 15, that was like when Instagram was like just beginning. It wasn't like it is now. Like at that time, celebrities would just post some like literally whack ass picture with the sepia tone filter, and it would just be like chilling in my room, and they would post like 6 times a day. But now it's like these like highly edited. I feel like plastic surgery is so much more popular and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like at that time, when you're that young, you might not know that. You might think like this is like more normal and like this is what you should aspire to look like and stuff like that. Especially like considering young girls like at Sephora like buying shit worth like $100, and I'm just like,
The 12
that's
year olds?
fucking crazy. Also, like, why are you anti-aging
Like, why are
when you're
you?
10
No,
years
that's
old?
what I'm saying. That's literally what you literally took the words out of my mouth.
Like, are you gonna look like 8? Like, I literally feel like the internet is so different now. Like, if you go on TikTok, you will see, like, the baddest bitch you've ever seen in your life, like, every single time, and that's just so crazy. It's so much easier to get rewarded for, like, how sexy you are, I guess. You know how on TikTok, you go on somebody's profile, they could have, like, 5 million followers, you never heard of them in your whole life.
Yeah.
Wait, can we just have a little fun? And just
Literally.
like be a little chill.
I would tell myself, like, it's not fair to make yourself adhere to standards that those people hold themselves to because that's their fucking job. Like, if you want to live that life, like, you can pursue that or whatever, but, like, it's so much work to be that skinny all the time. Like, they probably put so much into their cosmetic procedures and stuff like that and the way they do their skin, and you're just, like, a regular person, and putting that kind of pressure on yourself is just crazy. Like, it's so cheesy, but, like, you literally have to be beautiful in your own way.
No, so
You're literally
so
gonna look
real.
like everybody
That's
else.
so real.
You need to learn also, I feel like, how to do makeup to look best on you. Like, if you do makeup to try to look like somebody else, it's gonna look weird.
That's crazy.
Your guys' turn. I just said a whole lot, perhaps nothing.
That's funny because whenever I do makeup on anyone else, like they look like me. Because that's the only way I know how to do makeup.
Biggest piece of advice I would have benefited from is just to not be afraid of feeling embarrassed.
Period.
You know?
Real.
Like, you're gonna feel embarrassed no matter what. It's inherent to growing up, I think. It's how you
Dude,
wear.
literally.
It's part of life. And
And,
honestly,
like,
it's kind of
yeah.
fun.
And you're gonna have
You
good
know?
stories.
Yeah.
And literally, no matter what you
That's
do,
yes.
you're gonna be so
exactly.
embarrassed. Like, even if now you think, like, oh, this is the best version of me, like, I look really sexy, like, this is my best look, like, I look way better than I did before. 4 years later, you're gonna be like, ew, what the fuck? Like, you need to be less hard on yourself. Because it's, like, inevitable to think that you're, like, cringe or whatever, but to be cringe is to be free. When you make your decisions and you think, like, oh, in the future, like, will I be thinking about this being cringe? The answer's always gonna be yes, so you might as well just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
We're gonna die anyways.
That's my same advice, honestly. Because I was so.
You literally stole my advice.
Like,
Like,
guys,
fair.
project.
Like every day I think about how embarrassed I am to have dated my ex. But I'm like, if I didn't date my ex, I wouldn't have met my new
Period.
boyfriend. I literally can't be embarrassed because that was like a part of my life back.
And it makes you who you are, as
Yeah.
cheesy as it is. Like, I have dated
Yeah.
some literally questionable men from the depths of hell, but, like, I learned things, I guess.
Yeah. Even if it's not things you can name specifically, it's the way that you go about different relationships, not just romantic, but
Because
like
then you just
friendships.
know what to look out for and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and how you don't want to be treated.
Yeah.
And if you
Others.
didn't like learn it from that person, you would just learn it from somebody equally embarrassing.
Right.
But also have standards.
Yeah. And honestly, with guys, I'm sure that it's different because some people's moms are like out to get them, but in my experience, my mom's fucking right.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that now because my mom's been so right about everything too. The craziest shit ever. And
In
I'm
high
like
school?
looking back at it now in my relationship, I'm like, I did not need to do any of that. Like that was crazy of me.
Name a crazy shit thing.
Okay, what's the craziest shit you've ever done?
Yeah.
In,
Like in a relationship?
you're
In a relationship?
In
Or
like a
like in
situationship
general?
relationship.
Yeah.
I can't say like
Or you could even say like the craziest shit that happened to you, like in a relationship, like how you found out some shit. Like
oh yeah.
Oh
it
yeah.
has to do with you.
Yeah.
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
you were my PI, my detective, my
Oh,
sleuth.
right.
Okay, this one time I was seeing this guy and he was acting really suspicious. But like at the time, and I think this is advice too, like if you can barely talk to a guy, like you are too prideful to like call him out and be like, why the fuck can you text me back? Like where the fuck are you? Like all this. Then like that's just not the guy for you, bro. You need to get in somebody's face. So basically this guy didn't text me all night. He was like, oh, I lost my wallet last night at the gym. He was just being weird as fuck and I was like, okay, that's weird. Like why don't you go back there and fucking ask them for your wallet? That's because the man was not at the gym. Like it was literally a lie. And then I told Chelsea and I was like, I'm suspicious. I was like, I don't think this man was at the gym. Attachment, one image from Chelsea. And it's a screenshot of like the dude's friend's Visco. Posted a picture with the dude that I was seeing on a boat at a party and caption that shit, we're on a motherfucking yacht. That man was at a yacht party. He was not at the gym and that's where he lost his wallet. And I found out about this and I was like,
I had to do some real deep diving.
but
for
you
that
got
one.
it done in like 10 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
was so shocked.
Mine was when I had a dream. I had a dream. I'm not, this is so crazy. I had a dream that I went through this person's email on their phone. Literally had a dream that there was sus shit in their
Oh
email.
my
In
God.
my dream. The next day, he's sleeping. And I take his phone to the washroom. I'm like shaking. My lips are quivering. Like, I literally can barely hold the phone. I'm like anxious. My stomach is hurting. I'm on the toilet with his phone. And I'm like, I remember in my dream I went through his email. I have to go through his email. I go through his email, boom. Everything. Everything is on his email. And I literally wake him up out of his sleep. I'm like, yo, get out of my house. It was crazy. Trust your intuition.
No, that's such
Trust
a big
your
deal.
dream.
Trust your gut. Like you might be like thinking like I have
Yeah.
a bad feeling, and then you're like, maybe I'm just crazy. No, you're not fucking crazy because that motherfucker is on a yacht.
He's on a yacht! He's on a yacht and it's in his email.
I have never gone through a guy's phone.
That's the last time I ever went through a guy's phone.
No, because like I feel like a lot of people say like once you've done it, you're like I'm never doing that shit again.
The adrenaline you get from that,
I've had
never
the
felt that
chance,
since.
but I think like
No,
I've
it's never
told you
worth
this
it.
before. Like I'm very much like, you can cheat.
You literally don't give a
like
fuck.
I literally would rather not know what the fuck you do in your spare time. You can have a whole other family as long as I don't know. Ignorance.
The thing is, like, it traumatized me. Like, whenever I hold a man's phone now, like, my lips start
Your lips-
quivering. My eyes are shaking.
Head
Like,
shaking. Lips quivering.
One time, I had the opportunity one time, and I went to the bathroom, and his
Yeah.
fucking phone was in there, and I didn't notice it. I guess he forgot. And then I was like, should I go through? And then I was like, girl, what would that solve? Like,
I told you to go through it. No, it's not even worth it anymore. Now that I'm like,
Anymore.
it's not worth it because whatever he's doing is gonna like come to you eventually.
Unless you have a dream about it, then it's like you can't ignore it.
Okay, the
Like
dream,
that-
yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was God telling me. That was really wild. It was so I remember.
God
Anyways,
damn.
leave my shit in, cause
That was
you
good.
know what you did.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's another
Yeah.
thing. It's like, don't be afraid to talk about something. Like, I used to think, oh, if I, like, show that things hurt me, then it gives them power. And I'm just like, motherfucker, if you don't want me to talk about it, you should have done that shit.
Oh, the shit I found was disgusting. Like I don't think I could ever talk about it. That's how bad
okay.
it is for him. Like I feel bad for him talking about it. And we're back.
General life hacks.
Don't neglect your back. Don't sit at a desk all day. Stretch.
Go the
sure.
fuck outside.
Go
like,
outside.
It will literally make you, like, oh, actually, I'm not crazy anymore. Actually, during COVID, I noticed that. Like, when I would sit in the house all day, I would be, like, in significantly, like, a worse mood than if I went and, like, walked at least for, like, 1 minute. I'd be like, oh my god, the air.
Get some fresh air before
Yeah.
you make a big
Mhm.
decision. Or
Oh
like
yeah, or sleep on it. Before you say something to someone or do anything, just sleep on it.
sleep or take a shower or get air. Or
Take a
do
shower.
Take a
something.
shower.
Literally.
Take
Yeah.
a shower.
I'll be, like, mad as hell, and then once I take the shower, I'm like,
Yeah.
It wasn't that deep.
That's
Eat.
probably like my big thing. Like it's just not that fucking deep.
Yeah, eat something.
Okay,
Yeah.
literally flossing is fucking important.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate to say
Do you
it.
guys do oil pulling? Or have you tried that?
I have,
No,
but I
but
just
so, like-
wasn't fucking with it. It feels weird.
It's
What
fine.
kind of
It's
oil do
kinda
you use?
hard,
Coconut?
coconut oil.
Because I was doing it with sesame.
It's kind of hard though. Like it's like a job.
Give us a
workout.
smile.
Just gonna sit.
Cutie. It is just so popular to get like small plastic surgery now. Like, what's the reason to get Botox when you're 22? Like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just crazy. Like, I don't know. I also feel like that should be taken with a grain of salt because I'm not the kind of person that has been like at that point where they're like, I can't take this anymore. Like, I need to get my nose done or whatever. But I also just think fucking with my face would like ruin my life.
Mhm.
Looking in the mirror and like seeing something different would just be so strange at this point.
I feel
don't
like if
know.
you're gonna get plastic surgery, at least wait until your face is like fully matured. Don't do it in your 20s, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say don't do it when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think you shouldn't do it in your 20s, but that's just me. Like, if you are at that point where you feel like you have to, I just feel like because of the internet and all this stuff, everybody has fucking lip injections now. Guys,
Literally.
the other day I got accused of having lip injections. I felt so bad.
Oh my
I felt bad as
God.
fuck. And I was like, no, it's the NYX liner.
Oh,
NYX liner's the best.
wear sunscreen.
Period. If you can, get it in your moisturizer and make it easier for you.
But make sure it's SPF 50.
I guess when you're young, like I had all these goals that I wanted to achieve by certain ages, which were like super unrealistic. You still have so much time. I think like everybody forgets that when they're young. Like they're like, I need to get this shit done. I need to like save to buy a house. Like I need to do all this, especially because like internet, like I'm not gonna use the word propaganda. You know those people that are like so aggressive with an online that are like, you need to make a passive income. You need to have this much saved. You need to do this.
Yeah.
Like it's literally fine. It's not realistic for everybody in the whole world to be saving like that much per paycheck. Like it's literally your life, man. Just like take care of yourself.
Especially
Don't
with
be
the
crazy.
way the economy is right now, like bro,
Literally.
I'm not gonna have a house or anything like that.
My mom
First-
keeps saying that. She's like, please save for a house. And I'm like,
like bro, can I just chill?
I'm literally saving for a rug for my coffee table. We're getting off track. Let me look at the. Learn to do shit by yourself, but you're gonna save so much money if you learn how to do things.
I say
Like,
that all
on
the
your
time, literally.
Do your own eyebrows.
I do my hair, do my lashes. I literally cut my own hair and dye my own hair.
Also, for girls that are having trouble breaking the eyelash extension streak or whatever, you just need to suck it up and do it. I don't know if it's considered like dysmorphia or whatever, to like once you get them off, you like think you're fugly. You just need to push through. Once I had them off, I was like, oh my god, I'm fugly. But I just wasn't using a good enough mascara, not a good enough curler.
and it's the way you apply your mascara too.
Yeah. It's just not that serious. Like, I used to pay so much to get my eyelashes done and stuff. I don't know, like, it was literally an addiction. Like, I was like, I can't not have them. Like, I look fugly.
That was me.
But, like, it was not that serious.
But when I was like 14,
Oh my god.
like I went to the Philippines and people would have to like come to our house to like do my eyelashes because they literally could not have eyelashes. And like my
Your
nails
mom
and
was
shit.
probably
Like
what the fuck?
And like now I would never get my eyelashes done. Like I would just do them myself. It's easy to do your lashes too.
I used to see a therapist, but it got way too expensive. And she probably thinks about me all the time because I was saying some bullshit in there and then she never saw me again. She accused me of having ADHD. And then she was like, take this test, find out if you have the symptoms. And I took the test and I totally did have the symptoms. But then her rates went up after that. And I was like, damn, bitch. So I'm never gonna find out. Like, I can't pay for that. Like, are you crazy? Because I was, I was in university at the time and I was like, well, I guess we'll never know.
She
Or
accused
it's
you
like,
of having ADHD.
What I was gonna say is if you can't pay for therapy, you need to find another outlet. An outlet, especially if you're like me and you're pissed all the time, like you need to have something to let that out on, or you're gonna let it out on your boyfriend, literally. So I don't know, join an activity, even if it's embarrassing. Like I literally do sexy dancing every week with middle-aged ladies. That has the same effect as like the shower for me, but like stronger.
Yeah, move before you make a decision. Yeah.
Like it's literally fine. Now my brain doesn't have energy to
Beef.
be like whatever with the synapses. Period.
Exhaust yourself.
Like I really hate that because like it's just the worst thing to find out is true that like your mental health would be better if you go to the fucking gym. But it's low-key true and it fucking sucks because when you go to the gym you just want to die.
I'm
But then
still
afterwards
pissed when people say
you're
that.
kind of like going to the gym, like people on social media or like even people you know in real life like can be so serious with it. Like that might intimidate people to like go to the gym and just do fuck shit, which is what I like to do at the gym.
That's what I do.
Like I don't have a routine, I don't have leg day, I don't have arm day. I don't like count my calories because I would kill myself. I'm literally just there like, what should I do now? I'm gonna go on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this. What should I do now?
Mm-hmm. And also no one's like looking at you or doing anything.
Literally, that's
Like,
another
no
thing.
one
Like you get
cares.
embarrassed, like when you
Yeah.
start going to the gym, you're like, this is so embarrassing. But then it's also like, why are you looking at me? Like you have a crush on me? That's weird.
Yeah.
Like you're being weird right now.
Beefing the air. I don't know.
Shadow boxing.
Yeah.
This is like kind of like life hacks, but like you need to be exfoliating where you are shaving. Seriously. Because when I was in high school, like I just had so much like ingrown hair, mostly on my armpits. The way that I'm airing it all out right now, whatever, I don't care.
I pluck my armpits now.
You are so strong.
You pluck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It doesn't hurt.
I wax them.
Either way, it's good to exfoliate. Like you need to be getting
Dead skin.
literally. And if you find a good exfoliant, the one I use is from Lush and it's called Magic Crystals. It smells so fire. It's like lemony and minty. Anyway, changed my life. Like moisturizing and exfoliating, because I think before I was just like, I just had hella ingrown hairs and I didn't know why. I don't know. I wasn't like in a space where I could talk to my mom and be like, why do I have all these ingrown hairs? Like it was just awkward. And no one told me that shit. So.
My mom has like no hair on her body at all.
Damn.
I'm like, bro.
She got hair on her head.
Yeah, also you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
another thing.
Do it for yourself, not for other people.
And if you're with somebody that wants you to, you should break up with them.
No
Period.
real.
Because like what's that about? Like
Yeah.
literally shaving hairy balls. Like what? Like,
Don't
the
be
blonde.
blonde.
Blonde unless you're actually
Don't be
blonde.
blonde.
Don't be blonde unless you're ready to have like the most insane life ever.
Unless you have $1 million fucking dollars. Don't be
No,
blonde.
literally, I literally have probably spent
I've spent
like $3 grand on my
prob-
hair over the span of
Bro.
a year and a half.
I was blonde for like 3
You
or
were
4
way
years.
longer.
That was a
Who the fuck
lot.
is funding that? Like
$10,000
you were literally
dollars,
a kid.
bro. Oh my god.
When I told my
like-
hair lady I wanted to go back because I went blonde for all the wrong reasons and my mom said I was being drastic, which I was, but it low-key looked so good. But like
It did.
when it looked good, it looked good. When it looked bad, it
Yeah.
looked so fucking bad. Like I could not leave the house.
Yeah,
Raggedy.
in that
Like
moment,
oh my
when
god.
you're blonde, you're like, I can never.
Because when
have
you're
dark
blonde
hair.
and you're single, the whole world is yours. That's
Yeah.
just period. And when I went back to black, my hair lady was like, have you lost your fucking mind? Like, you've spent like $3 grand. And I was like, Catherine, so you want me to continue spending $3 grand all the time? Like, this is just not it. Like, and also that was after I went home to the Philippines and I saw all the girls with long dark hair and I was like, oh my god, like.
It was so tough going back to the dark hair.
That's kind of the same thing as like when you take your eyelash extensions out. Like, just because you look different doesn't mean you look bad.
I don't know what page you guys are on with your parents.
I don't know either.
I feel like they just stopped giving a fuck once I was out of high school. But like when I was in high school, we beef all the time. But I think what helped, and I'm not saying parents are always right or anything, but like thinking of your parents and like them being your age and like them having a life.
I literally was like, that's the only thing I wanted to talk about. When
Really?
I saw the notes, I was like, that's literally what helps me like not be like
Mad
mad
at
at
them
my
all
parents.
the time because like your parents gave up so
Yeah.
much and like obviously we have beef and like there's so much beef between us that perhaps may never be resolved, but like to think of them as like people who have gone through things you've gone through like could even piss you off more honestly though because like you're like, why are you putting me through this when you know what going through this is like, especially if you have young parents. Like
Yeah.
all our parents had, how old were your parents?
Aren't they all the same age?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
They
they
had
were
me at 26.
Oh, when
me too, but like they had my older sisters already.
Yeah.
So my parents started having kids when they were like 20.
oh yeah.
How old were your parents, Chelsea?
They were 26 when they had Justin
Yeah.
too. Especially in this economy and stuff, to think of giving up that much at that young age, like I don't know, kind of humanizes your parents a lot.
Right. No, literally, like to think about my mom especially, like at my
Yeah,
age,
literally.
her like coming to Canada at my age, even like not even knowing full English, like I can't be mad at my mom for like little shit anymore.
And if you're an immigrant, like if you ever like go back to your home country and you see the kind of situations that they left to give you a better life, like it does give you so much more perspective. Do you
And,
guys
like,
think you'd be
little-
friends with your mom if you guys were the same age?
I think my
Crazy
mom
question.
my mom is exactly like me at her age.
Feel you.
So yeah, I would.
But I feel like my mom has like, even though we've had so much beef, like she's given me so much lit advice. Like I remember one time we were having a heart-to-heart in the Longamakwe parking lot for some reason. And I was showing her like this girl on my phone that I had known that the guy was seeing, like his ex, and I was like, oh my god, like she's so beautiful. I don't know why the fuck I was telling my mom this. I must have been in a desperate situation. Like, you know when you start confessing? Like I was literally like, oh my god, like did you ever have this problem like when you were dating at my age? Like did you think like you were jealous and shit? And she was like, literally, are you fucking crazy? Like she was like, no.
And no one's gonna be as honest as your mom.
Yeah, and she was like, no, I never had that problem because I know that I'm the best he's ever gonna get. And I was like, period. Okay, baddie. And then she hit me with, and if he's gonna cheat, I'm gonna do him worse. And I was like,
I love your
She's
mom.
like, I'm gonna do him back worse. And I was like, who are we talking about? Like,
Dude, our moms were fucking
Crazy.
crazy. Like my mom was so crazy. It's so weird
Because
because like
that's it.
getting
Age.
older, like I'm like, I just don't give a fuck about like anything.
Literally. I
Yeah.
feel like you just have more free time when you're younger to be like
To like care about
and
literally
less to
everything.
worry about because you're not like worried about paying your cable bill and shit. So you're like, I'm ugly and I'm fat.
Real. Exactly. Now I'm like, I have to pay my credit card bill. Like I can't worry about.
I don't have time to worry about what I
Like
look
I
like.
don't
I
have
have
fucking
bills.
time.
Right.
Literally, you would love to be where you are now from the past, if that makes any.
Yeah,
fucking
you
sense.
never know how good it's gonna
Because
get.
I used to be so stressed about like the way I looked all the time. Like I literally had this like crazy ass eating disorder where I literally was afraid of eating bread and rice and potatoes, which is crazy because I eat potatoes every single day now, and I'm like,
It's like jail. It's like being in jail.
literally, it's like being in jail. I would eat the same salad every single day, and then I was like emaciated. I was so fucking skinny, and people would comment on it on my Instagram, like friends I had years ago, and they'd be like, you look really skinny. I was like, girl, mind your own business. Like I was just eating my bread, but I was like, damn, like I looked so skinny.
You ever like look at your schedule and go, damn, I don't have time to break down tonight. And
Literally.
schedule for a different time.
You're like, damn, I need to make a YouTube video tonight, and I gotta get my bag
Dude,
up.
me when I'm like, I literally can't like have a fight with my boyfriend now because I have work the next morning.
Literally,
And I know
like,
I
I'll
will be
kill
up
myself.
at night. So
You're just like, I think when you get older, you have more self-control. But I feel like I've always had like rigid self-control. Oh, here's another thing.
Your brain starts
Advice
developing and it's
for
like
my past self, don't hold on to your pride. You need to beat that bitch up. Like now I'm like, wow, like I acted so calm in those situations, but like I low-key regret not beating that bitch up.
me, I feel like I should have been more calm.
You need to have a balance. You'll know if you need to do it or if you need to hold it back.
I think it's a process of learning, or of like learning when the right time is.
I guess so.
Like when the right time to cut up a bitch is, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm someone that gets very paranoid. Blurring the lines between trusting your gut and acting out of fear
Literally.
was very common, is still kind of very common for me, but like learning the difference is huge.
No, literally, because like
Yeah.
it's not your gut speaking, it's like your fears and your paranoia.
Yeah.
Like, you know how there are all those TikTok videos that are really popular that are like,
The tarot card
if you
ones?
think that he's cheating, he's
Oh.
cheating.
Oh, me.
Like he's literally not.
Because you literally like sometimes I'm like, is this like my intuition, my gut, or like
Yeah.
my delusions?
Literally.
And,
Is it
like,
the demons
you really
are talking?
have to know the difference.
Before I got into like a long-term relationship, I was out here acting like a man. Like I never put thought into my feelings. Like if I was feeling angry, I would never sit down and be like, why do I feel this way? Maybe it's because of this. Maybe I didn't eat earlier. Like I would just act in the anger or like just hold it in or whatever. But like once you sit down and you're like, okay, I see like why I feel this way. Then you'll see. Your third eye will open. Journaling helps with that a lot, to like write down how you feel. And also when you're old, you can read it and be like, that was crazy.
Embarrassment.
Literally.
It gets you through life. Me, like, being afraid that Rayjon's got a work wife at work, as if we're not.
You literally work together.
You're not his fucking work wife.
For this one time, Rayjon was telling me that he had a dream that I broke up with him. And I was like, are you breaking up with me?
Why did no, because he like had a dream that we fought and I broke up with him. I was like, so you want to break up with me?
I was like,
One time, we were sleeping in this bed, and Brian had a dream that I cheated on him. And in the middle of the night, he went, and he turned around like this. Like, I was sleeping, so I didn't even know we were beefing in our sleep.
My parents love to tell the story about how this one time my mom had a dream that my dad was cheating on her. So she woke up and kicked him and he was still sleeping.
No one does it like our mom.
We're just a more mellow version of them.
Honestly,
And they'll
no, I'm
never realize that.
not,
Like, they think we're crazy.
my mom,
We weren't
my
born from
mom-
the crazy.
My parents think I'm not crazy or nothing like weird or nothing.
Chelsea, like, respectfully,
But
I think you're the craziest.
I
Period.
have to be. You guys don't even know half of it. I'm so crazy. But like it's
I hold it back.
She's
though.
so quirky.
Like, I totally have it in me, but I just can't. But I've been letting it out recently. I've been trying to, like, reel her in.
Yeah, when we're like talking about issues and I'm like, okay, we're not on the same page because you know what I would do? Like, it's crazy.
I want to hear your, you know what I would do every time we tell you
Yeah.
No, literally, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I was mad at him, so I didn't respond for 18 hours. And you're like, I would have kicked his fucking door down. Like, what? Like, you're like, I'm not sorry.
I would have pulled up to his house.
I would have literally let the demons take over.
Yeah.
something. You know, I was in
I-
Texas.
I always want to be like the one who got away for some reason. Like, most like it's better for them to think like, damn, like she.
And
didn't
that's the
give a fuck
best
about me.
mentality.
Like she didn't give a fuck about me, and I'm like, yeah, well, did I? Who's
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
What's it really all about? But then like, it's also like, what did I gain from that? Because I could have beat that bitch up. That's what I meant when I said like, you should have beat that bitch up. Oh, here's the craziest thing Kyra has done. One time, we were
Oh,
driving
yes.
home from lunch. and we see the car of this guy
Stop!
Oh my
I know.
that I used to go out with, and he did me so dirty, right? And like I knew his plate number because I paid that motherfucker's parking because he was broke and his mama broke. Kira's driving, okay? And she's like, should we follow him? Look, I feel like I have no say in the matter because you're at the wheel. I was like sure. I was like adrenaline rushing. This was
It's
this
like
was like 2 years ago.
hee-haw.
And then we were following this man, like straight up tailing this man. Like I've
Picture
never
bird
done anything
style.
like that in my life. And then he like pulls over at some apartment complex, right? And then me and Kyra are like struggling to find parking. We can't park. There's like street parking, but it's like not working out for us. So we're
I was
looking
trying to
very
park and I was
suspicious.
doing like a 20 point
Dude, we were so suspicious. The same car going up and down this tiny ass street like over and over again. I'm ducking because I don't want him to look this way and see me. Then we see this girl start walking towards this car and I'm like, oh my god. And that's like his new girlfriend that he got with when we were like seeing each other. And me and Kyra are screaming in the car. We're like, oh my god. And then we're like, oh my god, we need to get out of here. And then I'm like, oh, but if you like turn right now, my face is gonna be in full view of if he looks right now. So then we're like, we have to go. So I was like ducking and shit and we like sped the fuck out of there. But like that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember you guys called me.
I literally felt like I was gonna go to jail. I've never tailed anybody. Like I was like, what the fuck? And you were at the wheel. Like I was
And
like,
she
oh my-
looked just like you.
Okay,
She
that's the
wanted to
craziest
look like
part.
me.
And I was like, guys, I'm gonna find her Instagram, and then I realized that I blocked him.
Yeah, that was a great 20-point turn in the narrow ass street.
It was like a dead end street, okay? Into 2 apartment buildings like this, dead end here, only room for like 3 cars to park. Like it was a small street. Like there's no way he didn't see the white Tesla going up and down the street.
Just
like,
making the reverse sound.
because I was like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
No
That was
plot.
really funny.
It's for the embarrassment. Except I'm embarrassed for him. I'm not embarrassed for us.
I'm embarrassed for him because he's balding. I feel like we've given no advice.
This is just story time.
We've actually like given like harmful facts.
I think I was telling Kyra this before. My skin was so much worse when I was washing my face twice a day. And I feel like
Once a day.
once a day, yeah. You know how like when you're on TikTok and people have all this like aesthetic skincare routines with like 17 steps or whatever? Like not everything is like one size fits all. Like just because it works for her and her skin looks really good, it's not gonna work for you. Like you guys have different skin, you have different issues. So like when you find out what kind of skin you have, and I used to think that I had oily skin, but I found out I had really dry skin. So it was like
Producing
oiling.
more oil.
Yeah. I found like that when I only wash it once a day, don't use too many products or whatever. Like it's very sensitive. Like
Because
it's
you
so
can't
much better.
just slap a bunch of shit on your face.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Like moisturizer, face wash, toner, like that's like all you
Literally.
fucking need.
And when you find a good one, you don't need to be switching it up just because you like
Actually.
saw that
Yeah.
people are using.
And it
the
doesn't
same
have to
one.
be like a crazy expensive one. Like you just have
Literally.
it just has to have like clean ingredients.
Treat acne
mhm.
with hydration and moisture. Don't overdo it with actives and exfoliation because that's
Real.
how you.
I don't know. When you're younger, I feel like it's so much more of a mess because you haven't figured it out. Like you don't know what kind of skin you have. You don't know all this.
And hormones.
And maybe it's different now
Hormones,
because like
yeah.
people have so much more access to like
Mm-hmm.
harmful stuff too, but like also like how to find out what kind of skin you have and all this.
Because before when I had acne when I was younger, like I would try and do like my own research, and they'd be like, put toothpaste on your pimple.
Oh my
overnight."
fucking god, yeah.
Yikes.
I'm like, bro, like what?
I've done that. And like
I've
why,
done that.
why
I've done
would I do that?
everything.
Like learn to think for yourself. Me and Kyra were talking about this, and it can be so easy to like be on social media and think like, oh, I should do this because this person's doing this
yeah.
or this, and it might not even be like something you're aware of.
Mhm.
But whoever you're following, you're gonna like think some type of way about it, or like
Mhm.
like it's not like you're consciously going, oh, I should do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then maybe the next time you like go to the store, you're gonna be like, oh, I saw this girl using this. Maybe I
Mhm.
should buy it. Or like, oh, I saw this girl doing this workout. A lot of the time on social media, those people are meant to sell you something. They're trying to sell you something because they're gonna gain something from you buying that thing,
Mhm.
or like trying to buy into that lifestyle. So you just need to think for yourself: will this really benefit me? Does it really benefit this person even that's like promoting it and shit?
Mhm. That like already has like clear skin, and they're like trying to like
Take a shower before you decide.
take a shower before you go to the store. I think you should put mascara on the tips of your eyelashes more.
Period. And the bottom.
Because when you like focus on the base, it'll like bring your eyelashes down so they don't like hold the curl.
Mhm.
Pressed powder is the best.
Which one?
Just like foundation pressed powder. That shit is fucking game changing.
Also, there's so much shit at the drugstore. That you-
So
like,
much.
There's certain things that like going to Sephora, it's just not gonna be worth it. Like lip liner,
Yeah.
that's like just go to the
Never
drugstore.
worth it.
The NYX ones has
Like
the
I
best
said, yeah,
ones, and
NYX
they
is
last
the-
you so long.
They literally don't come off.
Like
the best
you're gonna
ones.
like be accused of having lip injections.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
take your makeup off properly.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, I
yes.
used to not do that, and my skin was fucked up. And I don't know why the fuck I didn't do it. I don't know
yeah,
why.
me too.
It'll save you so much grief.
Like there were so many things that I look back and I'm like, why the fuck I do that? Like, why?
Dude, it was so bad when my boyfriend came to see me and we stayed together for 4 days. I literally didn't take my makeup off.
Bro.
Why?
Because I was like, fuck, like I was just like, I literally hate how I look. Like I can't take
Really?
my makeup off. And so for 4 days, I was like, I would go to sleep with my makeup.
Oh my
Wake
god.
up, like wash my face, do it again.
Oh my god.
And be like, good morning.
Do you do it now?
No.
I think you're beautiful.
No, never anymore.
You've always been the
But that was,
professional in
like-
my life.
Stop. Always in a
That was
body,
like 2
body,
years
body.
ago.
It's maybe controversial. When I put like makeup remover on something, like cotton pad or whatever, I use a paper towel. Because when I use a cotton pad, it absorbs way too much of the thing, and I have to use
It's
way
tiny,
more.
bro.
Not even that, it's how thick it is. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
get wet. Like you
Yeah.
have to put way too much. And like I've saved so much product by just dead ass putting it on the fucking kitchen paper towel. Like I know that sounds crazy and some people are gonna be like, ew, that's gross. Like I need my silly little like cotton pad. But like I used way less product, especially the expensive shit that I use, like the low recipe shit. Like it was just better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it works for you,
Period.
that's all that matters.
A lot of people say they also wipe their face with it, like when they're done washing, but I just use a towel. The cotton pads are also way more expensive than like just using half a
Right,
piece of
bro,
paper
they
towel.
are.
Yeah.
Don't like overpluck your eyebrows, maybe.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
literally.
Is that an issue still though? Like I feel like
A
it was
couple
bigger
months
thing.
ago, you should have seen my eyebrows.
They
were literally-
back.
They were so tiny, and my mom was like, "Never do that again."
Sorry, we had so much to say. Like I was worried we'd have nothing to say, and maybe perhaps we said a whole lot of nothing. But
There's gonna be a lot of stuff you're gonna have to cut out, is what I'm hearing.
okay, money saving advice. I took personal finance and I attended a total of 5 classes out of like 12, and you need to track your shit. Like at least do it one time, like on your Excel spreadsheet or whatever. I love Excel spreadsheet. When I used to get paid at work, I would always, no matter how much I get paid, I'd be like, oh, like I can't afford this, or like I'm broke. But when you see how you can divide your money up, it's like way better for your brain. You're like, oh, actually, like I'm doing way better than I thought. I'm able to save more than I thought, or whatever. Especially if you work a job like a restaurant job and some of your money is cash and some of your money is like direct deposit or whatever. But also like when you track your spending, it's sort of like, this is kind of bad. Like if you have ever tracked your eating, which I would not recommend, you kind of like feel some kind of shame about certain things, which is not good. But when you're spending, it's a little bit good because then you're like, why the fuck did I spend $50 at Tim Hortons this week? Like I could have used that money, put it in savings, or I could have done this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm gonna say because I did not get a good mark in that class. You'll realize like how much you spend on crazy ass shit you don't need.
Yeah.
Disable your credit card.
Cook.
Oh my
Buy
god, yeah,
fast
learn to
food.
cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much shit you can just make and like it
Yeah.
takes longer. I understand like the convenience of buying food is like it's there or whatever. But like
It's rewarding.
Yeah.
It's fun.
making
and also I
coffee.
feel like people that don't know how to cook, it's so much instructional. Like you just have to thug it out. Like
Yeah.
you read a recipe, it's like cut the potatoes, put them in the water. Just commit to it. It's literally fine. Coffee too, like there's so many syrups you
Yeah.
can make at home so you don't have to buy coffee. Like you can make vanilla syrup
Yes.
so easy. You can go to the store and get those instant coffee packets and like make like the Vietnamese coffee for basically like $3.
Yeah.
Like the big pack.
And that's
is,
the
like,
best
$3.
iced coffee too. I actually can't go a day without a sweet treat.
True.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you should reward yourself and like make sure.
Buy trinkets and knickknacks.
Yeah.
Trinkets
Keep you from killing yourself, but like.
If I eat something salty and I don't have a sweet, I might die. Like,
Yeah.
I might actually like.
See, like, there are things, if you do track them, you're like, I'm not willing to give this up. Like, I'm not willing to give up my spending on random ass shit. But there's some things, I'm sure of it, where you'll be like,
I can cut down on
I
that.
can cut down on that.
Yeah.
Or you can make more money, like, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do think when you're in high school, you don't have to get a job, bro. Like, don't try your longest to get a job because you have the rest of your life to work.
Mhm.
And, like, if you're in a situation where, of course, like, if your parents aren't supporting you or whatever, like, of course, if you don't need to get a job, though, don't be getting a job because, like,
Yeah, don't be stressed.
you
about
have your
getting a
whole
job.
life. You're gonna work your whole life.
I remember I got a job, my first job, like in senior year, and I like
Me too.
did not go to school because I was like, I need to work or
What
else I'm gonna
job
get
was
fired.
that?
Starbucks.
Oh.
Worst job
And also, like,
ever.
it's just not that serious. Like, when I worked at Red Robin, it was not that serious. And for a while, like,
That's
when
fun.
you're done that job that you worked in high school, you're gonna be like, oh, what did I buy with that? And it's dead ass gonna be like iced coffee and shirts
What did
from
I
the
buy
mall.
with that shit from my
Like,
fucking
what the
ex-boyfriend?
fuck did I do that?
What did you
Literally.
buy him?
Everything. Bought him everything. I literally spent all my money.
Okay, guys, I think that concludes our video. We have been talking shit for so
Girl
long.
advice.
Girl shit talk.
Being a girl can be so wonderful.
And
So
like
true.
so
and
harrowing.
So, literally.
Probably one of the worst journeys, and a man could never.
It's
a man
not
could
never,
never
that's the-
experience that.
that's
It's a
the main
once
thing.
in a lifetime experience.
Yes.
And everyone is going through it only once.
But hopefully on the other end you come out better and badder than ever.
Yeah.
And you have like good girlfriends. That's like one of the most beautiful things in life.
Since I didn't say it earlier, we all grew up together and we're besties.
Right, yeah, I guess that is important to know. That's why our moms know each other.
But anyways, everybody have a lovely evening. Good night,
Okay.
ladies.
Good night.
And
Good
not
night to the
gentlemen.
ladies in the back.
Take this all with a grain of salt.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Doobie-doop-doop-doop.
Skibidi-bop-bop-bop.